You are now listening to the Gospel of Alex. Alex, drop those scriptures.
What's going on, y'all? It's your boy Alex. Shout out to the Elite Fleet. Make sure you like and subscribe so you can become a member of the Elite Fleet. And we gotta talk about these viral dating lists from modern men and modern women, all right? And we gotta talk about them for a multitude of reasons, okay? Number one, it proves I'm the best damn dating coach on YouTube, which I already knew, but this proves it, and you know why? Because all the men were complaining about this viral dating list, talking about how modern women's standards are too damn high and they're not even worth what they're asking for, and who do they think they are? And you know who was completely unbothered by the list? Me and everyone else who was in the Elite Fleet. You know why? Because everywhere I tell men in the Elite Fleet to take women on a first date, none of it was on that list. Let that breathe, run it back. Everywhere I have told men is the best places to take women for first dates, it's not on the list when women talk about where they don't want to go for a first date. So we clean. We clean. That's reason number one I want to talk about it. Because it's just, once again, almost always proves my point. Number two reason I want to talk about it. A lot of the points on these two lists, right? The list for the women on where not to take us for a first date. The list for the men on what women not to take on a date. And the list for women on what men shouldn't be dating. All right? It shows the childishness, the selfishness, the self-centeredness of millennials and Gen Z. And everybody laughs at you're gonna die alone now because most people who are millennials and Gen Zs are in their prime right now, right? So when people say you're gonna die alone, they don't care. They can go on a dating market, get smashed by whoever they want, all right? Their bodies are young. Their jobs haven't broke them down yet. They're not tired of them yet. Their pets are young and spry. The biggest problem with millennial and Gen Z generation, and this is another Jim Early, is that y'all never think past the day. Yeah, you're fine now. You got your pets now. You have your friends now. But let me tell you guys something. 40 years from now, you're okay being single now. 40 years from now, have you thought about that? Because 40 years from now, your friends going to be dead. The vast majority of them. Sorry, doom and gloom, Alex. I apologize. But it's the truth. Your pets, damn sure, are going to be dead. I don't give a damn. You got a Cherokee, a cat, a dog, a reptile, a bunny. I don't give a damn what you got. They dead in the next 40 years. They ain't going to be here. Hell, you can cut this to 20, honestly, and the same thing still apply. Most of your friends are still going to be dead. Your pets are still going to be dead. All right? But let's keep it at 40. By 40, a lot of y'all don't want to have no kids neither. A lot of Gen Z and millennials don't want to have kids. Again, that's fine. But you're going to be old and life is a cycle. So you're born, you need someone to help you change your diapers and shower and live. When you're old, you need someone to help you change your diapers and shower and live. Now, if you ain't got no husband, you ain't got no kids, you ain't got no wife, you ain't got no kids, who's helping your old ass out? Nobody. Like Keith Sweat, you know what you're going to have to do? You're going to have to check your old ass into a nursing home. You're going to have some young CNAs who are more concerned with their TikToks and their Instagrams and letting everybody know how fat their butt is. And if you don't believe me, check my shorts, than they are about keeping you alive. So you're going to be in that nursing home. You're going to have bed sores because they're not flipping you over. You're going to have poop caked in your butt crack because they ain't wiping your butt properly. All right? All types of damn problems. Bed bugs going to be eating you up because they ain't changing your sheets. You're going to have all types of problems. No one coming to visit you because you ain't got no kids, you ain't have no husband, and your friends is dead. So it's going to be a long, lonely, miserable way to go out. But y'all don't think that far into the future. All y'all think about is the what now. Right now. What can I do right now? Well, right now, I'm smashing chicks. Well, right now, I got a lot of options if you're a woman. If you're a dude, I'm smashing chicks. If you're a woman, I got a lot of options. Okay, right now, it ain't going to be that way in the future. But do what y'all do. I don't want to stick on that too much because if you're following Reset Relationships, I would assume, because I don't know why else you would be here, that if you're joining the Elite Fleet and following this channel, it's because you do desire to be in a long-term relationship or a marriage at some point. So I ain't going to dwell on that too much. But I just want to point out, I wanted to react to these lists also for that reason, because it shows the problem with both men and women in this generation. You guys are selfish as hell, self-centered as hell, and you don't think about anyone but yourselves, and you don't think into the future, which is going to cause y'all asses a problem. I keep telling y'all that. Like, everybody right now keep complaining about everything is so high and these jobs are not increasing their wages. I told y'all 2 years ago that this was going to happen. And now everyone's complaining about it. You guys don't look into the future, it's going to bite you in the butt. But with that being said, I don't like to waste too much time before I get into my videos. I feel like I've already wasted too much. So let's get straight into it, all right? Let's start the cook up, all right? So let's start with the women's list. The list of places men shouldn't take them on a first date. Now, according to this list, they actually went out and polled women and asked women where they would not like to go on first dates. They didn't just put this list together. I don't know if that's true or not. If I was a gambling man, I would bet on the fact that it's probably not true. But again, I don't know. So, I'm kind of just leave that one alone. But let's just get straight into the list, all right? So they have Cheesecake Factory, Applebee's, Chili's, Chipotle, Olive Garden. Now let's stop right there. First of all, I don't know if this is listed by order of egregiousness, right? Look it up if you don't know what egregious means. But they have Cheesecake Factory #1, and it's probably because of that viral video, and I just want to say this. Anyone acting like Cheesecake Factory is a cheap restaurant is a person who's not cultured. They've never even been around nice neighborhood or even know what a cheap restaurant is or versus a nice restaurant. First of all, just like you have tiers of restaurants, just like you have tiers of hotels. So you have your 5-star hotels, then you have like your 3-star hotels, then you have like your low-end hotels. Cheesecake Factory would be like the 3-star hotel of the restaurant industry. It ain't Chili's and Applebee's. Stop it. It ain't that cheap, and you ain't gonna find it in the same areas. All right, but it's also not Morton's Steakhouse, Ruth Chris, Fleming's, Fogo de Chao, Nobu, or any of that either. It sits nicely in between. I'm tired of people, again, I can tell who's uncultured. Like, for example, in the DMV, right? Obviously, there's a lot of Cheesecake Factories, but I just want to give you guys this example. One Cheesecake Factory in the DMV is attached to a mall. In that mall is a Gucci. In that mall is a Prada. In that mall is a Lululemon. Why are you saying this, Alex? I'm saying this to say you don't attach a cheap restaurant to a mall that's pushing that type of product. A mall that has that type of product is in an area where people can afford it, and they decided to attach a Cheesecake Factory, which further cements my point. People who can afford those types of things might like to go to the Cheesecake Factory real quick and grab a bite to eat. So how your ass, with your UGG boots on, acting like you're too good to eat at a place that's attached to a damn Gucci store? Y'all acting like Cheesecake Factory is IHOP or Denny's. You'll find an IHOP and a Denny's next to a McDonald's or a Burger King. You ain't gonna find no damn Cheesecake Factory next to no McDonald's or no Burger King. And I'm gonna also tell you this, ladies. If a man offered to take you, you know what? I ain't gonna get there yet. So let me say this. If you follow this channel, you already know I say no dinner date, first dates. So all these restaurants, who gives a damn? Because if you're part of the elite fleet and you following my message, you ain't taking her ass on no dinner date in the first place. So who cares? Completely irrelevant to us. We're unbothered. We're unbothered, right? Now let's continue. Let's move forward. The next 5, the movies. If you follow this channel, I tell you guys all the time, you never take a woman to the movies. I want you guys to realize, all the way up until 6, they're telling you not to take them places that I already tell you not to take them any damn way. People get mad at me when I say I'm the GOAT, but it's the truth. I say don't do dinner dates, first dates. All they've listed so far is restaurants. I say do not take a woman to the movies on the first date. Well, why, Alex? Simple. Because how are you going to talk to someone and get to know them and vet them to be potentially your life partner when you're watching a movie? You also have to understand that if a woman wants to go and see a movie anyway, and you offer to take her to see that movie, she's going to go whether she's interested in you or not because she wanted to see that movie anyway. And now because you offered to take her, she gets to go for free. It's a terrible first date. You can't talk to her. You can't get to know her. So why were you doing that anyway? Again, I was way ahead of the curve on this list. I don't even have a major problem with this list. I just think calling these restaurants cheap when y'all be online eating Burger King and McDonald's. I see y'all eating Burger King and McDonald's. In my shorts, there's literally a girl with a Gucci bag and some Prada shoes walking out of the McDonald's talking about some daddies eat McDonald's. But now y'all too good for Cheesecake Factory, which is not even a cheap restaurant. That's the only thing that's egregious to me. But again, if you listen to me, you ain't going on these first dates anyway, so who cares? Anyways, the movies, your house, that's cap. That's cap. But again, you shouldn't be offering your house as a first date anyway. They're capping because plenty of girls go and get their cheeks clapped on the first date. That is their date. There is no date. They just go to the house and get their cheeks clapped. But again, if you follow this channel, I tell you guys all the time, don't bring a woman to your house. Go to her house. Listen, if you're going to do a one-night stand, you damn sure don't bring her back to your house. Because she might wake up in the morning, she was down for it that night, but when she woke up in the morning, now she's not down for it anymore. Or she was down for it that night, she was down for it in the morning until she realized that everybody knows that she went home with you and now she's getting a reputation as a slut. Now she's not down for it anymore. Why does that matter, Alex? Simple. Because once she decides she's not okay with it, what she's going to do is make it seem like she's a victim, aka make it seem like in some way, shape, or form, you raped her. Now you got a whole nother problem on your hands. Don't take her ass to your house, go to her house. Go to her house. Because you go to her house, she don't know where your ass live. You ain't got to worry about it. Taking a woman to your house on the first date is the worst thing you can do. Go to her house because then you can get the hell out of there. You ain't got to see her no more. She can't find you. She don't know where you live. She can't send no lawyers to your address. She can't take you to court. She has no information. Anyways, let's continue with the list. Again, if you follow this channel, you're way ahead of all this stuff, so it doesn't even bother you. Any fast food chain, I already explained how that's capped, but that's fine. Buffalo Wild Wings, more food places. Wingstop, more food places. Red Lobster, more food places. A buffet, more food places. IHOP, now that's cheap. Denny's, now that's cheap. The gym, now I've been hearing a lot of women say lately about guys offering a gym date. Guys never offer a gym. Why would you want to go to the gym with someone as a date? And listen, this is coming out for someone who works out 4 times a week. I just don't understand what would make you think that's a good idea for a date. Like, what are you trying to figure out? First of all, you can tell when you meet a girl by looking at her if she works out or not. Real talk. Because some people might be like, well, Alex, some people are naturally skinny. Okay, I don't look at a skinny girl and assume she works out. I look at a built woman and assume she works out. That's your problem. Just because you're skinny don't mean you're built. Doesn't even mean you're in shape. You're just skinny. I'm telling you, you could look at a woman, you could tell if she goes to the gym or not. Just like you could look at a man and tell if he goes to the gym or not. Yes, the person could just have good genes, but 9 times out of 10, if they look built, they go to the gym. Or they used to go to the gym. What do you need to take them to the gym for? I don't understand that. The only way that makes sense to me is if you're dating someone who's fat and you want to take her to the gym to try to get her into the lifestyle. Which I tell you guys all the time. If fitness is something you care about, date a woman who's already into fitness. Because the likelihood you're going to be able to convince her to become a gym rat, and that's not what she was when you met her, slim to none. Stop trying to change people. Gym dates is dumb. It's a dumb first date. It can't really lead nowhere. It's stupid. But anyways, the church. Again, I don't know why you guys would do that. I guess if you're super religious and your religion is really important to you, you might want to take a girl to a church. This is a first date. Do not take a girl to your church on the first date. You introducing her to people she don't need to meet. Your mama probably at your church. She don't need to meet your mama yet. Your friends is probably at the church. She don't need to meet your friends. She don't need to meet your pastor. She don't need to know what church you can go to. Again, guys, understand it's a first date. You don't know if she's crazy or not. Stop bringing them to places where they can geo-track your ass. All right? Neutral locations. And in a scenario where she about to let you clap, and if that's the type of time you want, you're like, I'm going to go ahead and knock this down now, fine. But you go to her house. Don't take her to your church. Don't take her to your house. Don't take her to your grandmama's. None of that. Golly. Why would you take a woman to your church on the first date? That's weird. But anyway, Starbucks and coffee dates. I'm going to let you know right now. Now, this is one of a few first dates that I do recommend that's actually on this list. And I'm going to tell you guys something right now. You date any elite woman, right? Or even if she's not an elite woman, let's just say she's a high value woman or a professional woman. They have no problem with coffee dates. They actually prefer coffee dates. And I'm going to explain to you guys why. The reason professional women, high value women, or elite women don't have a problem with coffee dates or Starbucks dates is because those women, for one, They go out to expensive restaurants and bars all the time by themselves with their girls. They don't need you for that. And it doesn't impress them. Only broke women get impressed by expensive dates, or gold diggers who aren't broke, but they want to see how much money you have and or are willing to spend, get impressed by expensive first dates. A woman with her own money doesn't want to go on an expensive first date because, one, it's not going to impress her. She's already been to all the nice places in her area anyway. But even deeper than that, and this is another gem, number two, she knows most of you dudes can't really afford it. And her problem is, if I let this dude take me to this expensive restaurant, now he might start pressuring me to sleep with him. Now I might feel pressure to go on another date with him so that he doesn't feel used. It's just added pressure that they don't want. So they actually prefer a coffee or a Starbucks date. That's just real talk. So that's the one place I do suggest as a first date location that is on this list. The rest of them are not. But let's go forward. Ice cream dates. I wouldn't necessarily recommend the ice cream date, but there's no problem with it. It really shouldn't be on this list, but I wouldn't recommend it anyway. Family functions. Again, why are you bringing her around your family? The fact that I hope this list, you know what? I know some of you guys are doing this and I don't know why. I hope some of you guys who are doing this are watching this video because I'm reading this list. And if you take out the food places that they're claiming to be too good to eat at, which is cap anyway, it really isn't that bad of a list. Why the hell would you want to take a woman to your family function on the first date? Why? It just makes no sense. Movie night, aka Netflix, Hulu, and etc. Okay, again, listen. If you're just trying to clap, that's cool, but just make sure it's at her house. All right, because they cap and telling you they won't do that. There's been a plenty of Netflix and chills nights. All right, now to be fair, that happened a lot more when I was younger, like college age, than it did when I was an adult. But I'm just saying to you again, just make sure it ain't at your house. But that's cap. They'll definitely do a movie night. They 100% will. Anyway, somewhere that requires a long drive. Now, that's just stupid. That's just stupid. But at the same time, be honest with you, if it's a long drive for her, to hell with her. I'm sorry. Listen, I'm paying for the date. If you can't drive, screw you. Just make sure it's not a long drive for you. Long drive for her, hey, you know, that's a chance for her to show you how much you're worth for her. But I wouldn't recommend it. I wouldn't recommend you pick anywhere where neither one of you have to drive far. Honestly, because for what? It's a first date. You're going to drive the hour to meet someone out for a first date, then I hate them. It's a waste of time. All right? Anyways. Bowling. Now, I lied, okay? I didn't know bowling was on this list. Bowling is somewhere that I suggest as a first date, but this is cat that they're telling you that they won't go bowling on the first date. You can go on my shorts right now. You will see I've taken multiple women bowling for first dates. They have no problem with that. You can even watch my intro video and you'll see women bowling. They have no problem with that. So that's cat. But that's two things. The majority of the places I suggest for first dates still aren't on this list. Nightclubs, guys, I've already told you, no drunken hot girls. You do not want to take a girl on a first date to a nightclub. It just doesn't make sense to do that. Hookah bar, okay, that's cap. I've taken women to hookah bars on first dates. They'll definitely go if they rock with you. But it's not necessarily a first date I suggest, but it's better than going to a nightclub. A bar just for drinks. Okay, I do. So here's the thing, guys. Will a woman go out with you to a bar just for drinks? Yes. Should you suggest her go out with you for a bar just for drinks, to a bar just for drinks? No. And here's why. It gives the signal that you're trying to get her drunk so that you can sleep with her. Right? This is why you pay attention to the places that I suggest. You know what? I'm going to wait 1 second because there's only two more things left before I go into the next point. Waffle House, which is ironic because Russell Wilson literally just took Sierra to Waffle House for the goddamn her birthday, but I digress. And sports events. Well, why would you want to take a woman with a sport event for a first date? Again, that's too much. It's a first date. So first of all, guys, the goal of a first date should be trying to get to know someone, not impress someone. I don't give a damn what these women say. If they're telling you that they want you to impress them on the first date, that means you're not impressive. Woo! Let it breathe. Run it back. If a woman is telling you you need to come up with a first date to impress her, that is because you're not impressive. And if you're not impressive to her just being you, then you need to cut her off anyway. Now, moving on from all of that, I want to talk about this real quick. I want to go back to a bar for just drinks really fast. All right? For those of you who've been subscribed to this channel, you've already heard this before. But for those of you who are new, welcome. Peep this game. Where do I usually take women on first dates? Where do I usually suggest you guys take women on first dates? All right. Now, I already mentioned the coffee, right? And I already mentioned bowling because those were on the list. But I've also said take them axe throwing. Take them to play pool. All right? Take them to do something active. All right? Bowling was already crossed off, so something like bowling. And the reason I tell you guys to do these places is because guess what's at the pool hall? Drinks and a DJ. Guess what's at the axe throwing place? Drinks and a DJ. Guess who's at the arcade? Right? Drinks and a DJ. Punch Bowl Social. Dave and Buster's. All these places have drinks and DJs. So you can still dance. You can still drink. But the thing about it is, and this is the game, you're taking her to it. She's not worried about the fact that there's a bar there and y'all going to drink. Because you attached it to another activity, her antennas go down. When you just say, let's go out for a drink, she's thinking you're trying to get me drunk to smash me. When you say, let's go bowling and have some drinks. Let's go axe throwing and have some drinks. Let's go play pool. There's some drinks there, right? When you say these, when you attach an activity and make the drink secondary, her guard is down. Everything with women is about being comfortable. Because you said, let's go to the arcade. Let's shoot some basketballs. You know, let's play some arcade games. Let's shoot at some zombies and stuff. And believe it or not, guys, here's the thing. Going back to what I said to you earlier. When women go out with their girls, 9 out of 10 times, they're going to nightclubs, they're going to bars, they're going to get something to eat. They've already been everywhere in the city that they can afford. So unless she's a broke bitty, you're not going to impress her with none of that. But what women generally don't do when they go out is go to the arcades. Go bowling, go to carnivals, do anything fun that's actually active. And believe it or not, guys, women are competitive and they do like to do things that are fun and keeps them active. And oftentimes their only opportunity to do that is with whatever man they're dating or their family. Because women are never going to say, girl, let's go bowling. Not literally never, but most of the time they're not going to say that. Girl, let's go axe throwing. Girl, let's go play pool. Girl, let's go do anything that's competitive. They're not going to say that. So it's fun, and women are more competitive than y'all give them credit for. They love to do these types of stuff. If you watch my intro video, she was shooting hoops. She was seriously trying to beat me. She wasn't playing. If y'all watch the forum, when y'all go through my shorts and stuff, and y'all watch my intro videos, and you see the women bowling and stuff, they serious. They trying to beat you. Never let your girl beat you, by the way. Never let her win. Always dominate. Assert dominance early. Early. But anyways, I digress. Listen, guys, again, the first dates I tell you guys to take women on, almost always active. Almost always active. The only non-active first dates I do suggest is every now and then I'll say, okay, you can take them to a bar. If you think she's really worth it, if y'all really vibing good and she's really attractive, you might can take her to a rooftop lounge, but I don't usually suggest that for the average first date. Usually I'm saying go get you some coffee, go on a nice little coffee date, go and do something active. Something where you can really get to know the person and really see what their personality is about. And here's the thing that's even more beautiful than everything that I just said. If you take a woman to the arcade, if you take a woman bowling, if you take a woman to go play pool, if you take a woman axe throwing, you take her on a coffee date, none of this is going to leave you frustrated. You take her there, she doesn't have a good time, y'all don't vibe, whatever. Didn't cost you a lot of money and you enjoy doing these things anyway. But when you take her ass to Fogo de Chao where you didn't want to go, you wouldn't have went if she wasn't there, and then she ghosts you, you're upset. Why are you upset? Because you spent money and, more importantly, time doing something you never wanted to do in the first damn place to try to impress her, and it didn't work. And it's not going to 9 times out of 10. All right? So now, in response to that, a group of men came up with a list of women you shouldn't take on a date. All right? Now, I know we got a lot of women who watch this channel, so ladies, this is where you can learn something too. Some of this stuff kind of accurate, but a lot of this stuff is cap as well, right? So let's see. Single mothers. I'm not going to say you shouldn't take a single mother on a date. Now, what I will say is, if you're a man with no kids, then yeah, you shouldn't take a single mother on a date. Because if you're a man with no kids and you're dealing with a single mother and it's anything beyond recreational, I don't recommend it. Now, there are exceptions to the rule. I have a whole video on it. But she has to be an extraordinary woman. I said it before and I'll say it again. People with kids should date people with kids. So I'm not in full agreement with this, because if you're a man who has kids, you should be talking to single mothers. Why are you going to a woman with no kids? You already started a family, sir. Go back to your family. That's all I'm saying. Or my single mom. My mama crazy. I messed up with the vetting, Alex. Okay, go find somebody a woman who messed up with her vetting. Pick the man who didn't turn out what he needed to be. But why pick someone single when you have kids? It's selfish to me. It's very selfish because you're trying to restart basically fresh with a family that's all your kids. Whoever you get in a relationship with no longer has the opportunity to do that. And don't tell me that's not what it's about, Alex, because if that's not what it's about, why are you eliminating single mothers? If it's not about starting over fresh and starting a new family but not wanting to take care of anyone else's kids, then you would aim to date someone who has kids like you. Why? Simple, because they understand your lifestyle. Y'all in the same situation. Hell, y'all kids can have play dates together. Y'all might be able to help each other out and pick each other's kids up from daycare and stuff. So it just makes more sense. But when I'm just putting that caveat in there. Now, if you don't have kids, I agree with that. But if you do have kids, I think that's BS. That's just me being honest with you. But anyways, let's continue. Women with tattoos. I don't understand y'all big deal with women with tattoos. To me, it depends on what a tattoo's at. Now, if she got a tramp stamp, yeah, that's a problem. Right? But if a woman if she got a sleeve, that's a little masculine, right? But if a woman just got like a heart tattooed on like her shoulder or something, or her kid's name tattooed somewhere, or, her mother or father who passed away, if it's symbolic and it's not in the thought place, I really don't have a problem with tattoos. I don't. If you think because you're talking to a woman who don't got tattoos, she's going to be a good girl, you got your rabbit ass mind. You're going to get a wake-up call quick. All right? Women who dress like this in public, but they ain't really say what this is. I guess they're trying to say a woman who dresses like a whore in public. I would agree with that. You shouldn't take her on a date. But I will say this. Even the biggest hoes, if they're going out with a real one, they know to come correct. They ain't going to be dressed like no slut. They're going to be dressed like a classy young lady because they with you. So really, that's your energy. But anyways, sex workers, OnlyFans girls, mattress actresses. That's hilarious. Strippers, call girls, and escorts. I agree with that. Instagram models, bottle girls, etc. I agree with that. Because Instagram models ain't nothing but a fancy way of saying a for sale whore. So I agree with all of that. Women with an IG page. Now I'll say this. It is one of my rules. I really don't like dating women who have social media. All right? So I'm 50-50 on this because it depends on what they're doing with their social media. A woman who has a professional social media and it's for her business, or she just has a professional social media in general because she's serious about her career, not job, but career, I don't have a problem with it. Because a woman who's serious about her career, a woman who's an entrepreneur, but not a sex worker, but a real entrepreneur, they're not going to do anything too racy because they don't want to mess their money up. All right? So what content is on their social media is important. Now, you don't got to worry about it if she just doesn't have any social media. But what content is on her social media is important. So I'm kind of 50-50 on that one. It all depends on what type of woman you're dealing with, okay? Women with non-ear piercings. I actually agree with this one, to be honest with you guys. Like the women who got all their ears pierced all the way up here, usually a little bit crazy. I hate the septum piercing. Nose ring, she a hoe 9 out of 10 times. If she got her clitoris pierced, I don't even gotta say nothing. If she got her nipples pierced, I ain't even gotta say nothing. So to be honest with you, I actually kind of agree with that. And considering most piercing people are men, imagine just spreading your vagina or pulling up your shirt and letting a man pierce your nipples. Alright. I actually agree with that one. I'm just leaving it alone because I'll mess around and say something I ain't supposed to say on YouTube. Alright, anyways. Women with purple hair or any other unnatural colored hair. I don't have a problem with women dyeing their hair, honestly. But I don't have a major problem with weave either. I prefer natural hair. But it's not like I'm going to cut you off because you got to weave. I think that's dumb. Women with whole friends, agree 1,000%. All right? I agree 1,000% with that one. Models who market to men. Sam is an IG model. I agree with that. Women who travel regularly. I don't see the problem with women traveling regularly. I completely disagree with that one. Women who drink liquor regularly. Agree 100%. Agree 100%. They don't have it on here, but they should. Women who smoke weed regularly, too, you got to watch them. Women who drink liquor regularly, you got to watch because not only are they probably being thoughts, you give a woman some alcohol and release a sex demon in her. I have to make a whole separate video about that, but that's real talk on a spiritual level. So most of the time she's being a thought, but the problem that's even deeper than that is some women become emotional drunks and just start crying everywhere, but a lot of women become violent drunks and start trying to attack you because they're drunk. They also, as I mentioned before, might do something that they'll regret when they're not drunk anymore. A woman who smokes weed, usually a hoe, not all the time. Usually if she's smoking weed regularly, she's probably not buying it. She's probably sleeping with some type of a plug. And women, when they smoke, they get horny too. And most of the time they smoke with men, not women. There's going to be some women in the comments, that's not true, Alex. Yes, it is. Just be honest with you. You know why they smoking with men and not women most of the time? Because men will smoke you up. Most of the time, women won't, unless you're a man. But that's a whole other conversation. Women with weak absentee fathers, with weak or absentee fathers, I agree 1,000% with that. But I mean, yeah, well, it says women not to date, so you could call that a double entendre. Yeah, okay, I agree with that. Women who live alone, I don't see why is that on here? See, some of this is just ridiculousness. What the hell is wrong with a woman who lives alone? See, y'all will get mad when women say y'all get intimidated by them having money. But then y'all make a list of women not to date and y'all put stuff on here like women who travel regularly or women who live alone. What the hell is the problem with that? This is some of those stupid internet talking points that I be talking about, man. Women with party voice, agree. Women on dating apps, disagree. I disagree with that. Now listen. My cousin got married off of a dating app. She found her husband on a dating app. Now, it wasn't a regular dating app. It was a dating app where you had to pay money so that they knew the people were serious. But still, she got married off of a dating app. Dating apps, you got two different types of women, okay? Well, three types of women. One, women who are socially awkward, and that's why they're using the dating app, all right? They're not hoes, none of that. They're just socially awkward. They have a hard time dealing with people, and that's why they're using the app, all right? They might be good once you pull them out of their cell. Two, women who are ran through. All right? Now, you don't want to really deal with the women who are ran through because these are the hoes. They done slept with everybody in their neighborhood. So now they got to go on this dating app hoping to find a guy who's not in their neighborhood, who don't know how big of a thought they are. All right? And then three, you got women who are cheating and or are really busy. Well, I'll say four because you got some women who are really busy. You got women who are cheating. You got the hoes who already ran through. And then you got some women who are just socially awkward. The women who are busy or the women who are just socially awkward, they could potentially be good for relationships. My cousin, six-figure earner, she's super busy. She talked to her future husband for 6 months on the dating app before either one of them even had the time to meet. So it's not always bad when it comes to the dating apps. Let's see here. Women who have been on Fresh and Fit agree completely because she's definitely a whore. Women with lists. All right, so I don't have a problem with a woman having a list, but she's telling you what her list is, or she's asking you questions and checking them off the list. Absolutely agree 100%. 18, women who have been engaged. I mean, I don't know. I gotta have backstory on that one. Divorcees, I agree 100%. Now, some people are going to be like, well, why you got to have a backstory on a woman who was engaged but not a divorcee? Well, to me, I mean, honestly, that's simple. A divorcee got married, went through with it, was married for some years, and then blew the marriage up. I've told you guys before, and I will tell you guys again. Now, somebody might have got engaged and got cold feet, or got engaged and noticed some red flags. They stopped themselves short of blowing up a marriage. But someone who went through the whole marriage, actually loved the person, tried to build a family and failed, yeah, leave them alone. Second marriages fail 75% of the time. Third marriages and more fail 90% of the time. It's a waste of time. Divorcees are just for fun. All right, they had their wedding, they had their storybook ending. You marry them again, you crazy. Number 20, American Black women. Oh, God. I completely disagree with American Black women. American Black women treat me very well. All right? I don't know what problem y'all be having with them, but they treat me very well. I disagree with that completely. And last but not least, women raised in the West. Women are women. I tell y'all that all the time. And I've proven it multiple times on this channel. So I don't have a problem with women in the West. But I also know a lot of that was internet talking points. And this is why I wanted to go through the list. Some of it is accurate, right? It's not all bad. But you got to siphon through the bad information to get to the good information. A lot of it was complete nonsense. Now, I'm not even going to really waste my time reading the men who shouldn't even be dating thing because I'm not even going to. Maybe I'll do it in another video. Probably not. I feel like this is long enough. Who even cares? That was just petty. And like I said, that's what happens. That extra list is what happens when you try to match a woman's energy. Women made a list of places not to take them on a first date. Men want to match their energy and make a list of women who you shouldn't be dating. Naturally, women want to go, well, you guys shouldn't be dating in the first place. I'm glad men didn't respond again because this will go on forever, because arguing with a woman is like arguing with a child. They have to have the last word. They have to feel like they won. And usually if they apologize, it's either hours or days or a week after the fact. So you just got to learn how to state your piece and walk away. You don't match energy with women. You make your point and you walk away. I've proven that on this channel before too. It works like a charm. But either way, guys, that's my thoughts on that. All right. A lot of it, like I said, was just nonsense, internet talking points, and a lot of it was kind of trolling. Some of it was very true. All right. So hopefully y'all got something out of this. I am Alex, y'all, and I am out. Peace.